Hello, welcome to another video. I am just going to see what energies come out and what we need to know right now. My guides are saying to do a love reading. And I don't know why I have resistance to doing love readings. But okay, let's see. Yeah, the resistance is showing in the cards. Okay, we have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is loyal, dependable, grounded, down to earth, humble. He could be someone that works with their hands, who's not afraid of hard work, but he's slow. He plays the long game. He's not impulsive. He does the work, but he takes his time. You have to be very patient with the Knight of Pentacles. And then we got the Temperance card. So what I'm getting is there might be something that is, Temperance is having patience, being balanced. There's dark and light here. Yeah, it's sort of figuring out when to do what, when to say what, so that we don't exist on the extreme ends of things. So being excessive, overdoing something, overgiving, doing too much or doing too little. So there's something that gets balanced out, and I feel like if something in your life has been slow, really slow, it is to help to get you to this temperance, balance things out. So because it's a collective reading, it will be different for all of us. This could be a person that is helping you with this lesson of temperance, or it could be a situation. We all have, again, because it's a collective reading, some people might be overgivers, or do too much in a certain area of their life, whether that's giving to a person or a relationship, or working too much, or the opposite, doing too little in a relationship or a job or a situation or for yourself. So this Knight of Pentacles is helping to bring in this temperance. So if there's a situation, a relationship, something that you've been giving too much to, it's telling you that you shouldn't now not give and not do, but find the balance. Or if you've been doing too little or doing nothing at all, it's not saying do the most, it's find the balance. And that can usually be something that really does take time to figure out who to give to, what to do, what not to do, when to stop, when to go fast, when to go slow. It's discernment. And we often have various lessons in our lives that will teach us these things, various experiences. But what we can often do is, if I get burnt doing this thing, then I'm not going to do it at all. Then I'm like, okay, I'm done with that. Um, or if something doesn't work out, then we think, okay, let me just give up. Um, so we shift from one extreme to the other instead of figuring out if this thing is worth it. Is this experience asking me to check um, if this is something that I should stop, cut out, or if this is something that's worth it that I should be working on, um, and then figure out how to do that, how to find the balance. Okay, let's see what else comes out. Six of Pentacles. It's again, this is balance, give and take. If something isn't balanced, you either lose interest, you become tired, it exhausts you, it just destroys the whole thing. So if you're in a relationship and you're giving too much and the other person's not giving, you're not going to fix it by giving more. And sometimes you have to pull back your energy and do less. And if it still isn't resolved and it's still not balancing out, and you've communicated and you've tried to fix it, and then sometimes you have to withdraw completely and let it go, and allow the universe to bring it back to balance if that is something that is meant to continue. And if it's not something that is meant to continue, if that person doesn't ever see what you're doing, your boss doesn't ever see, you're not ever getting the rewards for all the efforts you're putting in, then that's a sign that it's not for you. Four of Wands. When there is balance, give and take, reciprocity, then there's something stable that is now built, and it's something that makes you happy. And when there's an imbalance, it just causes instability, it causes discontent, you're not happy, and that's your sign that balance needs to be restored. And these pentacles are tangible things, so it might be that you're spending too much money on something, one specific thing or one specific area of your life, and not on other things, or you're being too frugal and you're saving too much money and you're not enjoying it. It can really be anything. The Four of Cups. Cups is emotions, and this is telling me that this might be about relationships. She's not looking very happy. She's really over it. She's bored with this situation. So this might very well be that you are giving tangibly to a relationship. You're buying gifts, you're doing acts of service, supporting, being there. You're trying to build something stable, but this person isn't giving enough. And so that leaves you emotionally drained and discontent. The bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands is confident and she's fearless. And sometimes we have to stop doing what we think is nice and the right thing, and just be bold and confident enough to communicate our needs. And if that still doesn't work, to know when to show people what you will allow and what you won't allow, where your boundaries are. And if that still doesn't work, then that person can't hear you, even if they want to. They can't change, even if they want to. And it might be time to cut the cord. We have the Eight of Pentacles, which is about putting in the work, putting in the effort. We have the Page of Cups, which is in reverse. So you might need to focus on yourself, put the effort into yourself, and not take people's apologies anymore. If you're empathic, if you're a water sign, we tend to feel sorry for people. If it's people that you care and love about, you feel like you're obligated to just give them more chances and understand how they feel, where they're coming from. But sometimes you need to give that compassion to yourself. Like if you've been trying everything and it's not balancing out, and you're not feeling happy, and you'll know when you've hit that point, it's not stable, it's not what you want, then you really have to reevaluate, pull back, put your focus on the things that make you happy, the things that is giving back to you, the people that are giving back to you. Um, you might just be wasting your energy and not having enough left of yourself to put into things that are really meaningful and that's really going to be beneficial for you, because you feel sorry for people and you're taking the bare minimum. You know, they seem apologetic, but they don't really do anything different. They keep doing the same thing over and over again. Like I'm getting from this card, they have good intentions, but that intentions never actually become anything tangible. Or they always say things and make promises, but it never actually happens. That's telling you something. And how many chances you give someone is completely up to you. But at some point, something has to give. The Page of Swords. The Page of Swords could be an idea from this card. It could be somebody that is spying on you. But she's walking on a tightrope here. Well, it's a sword, but she's balancing on this sword. So there's something about truth, something about discovering truth. So you could read something, and it could be anywhere. You get a text, something on social media, just a billboard that triggers something that makes you realize something. There could be some information that comes to you about this situation. Someone could be talking about you or spying on you. Let's clarify the Page of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, and the Page of Wands. So the Five of Pentacles is feeling left out in the cold, feeling abandoned, only seeing the worst of the situation. So either you could feel like, I'm so done with this, but it does make you feel sad, or someone else makes you feel like you're abandoning them and playing the victim because you're no longer putting up with what they are offering. And you know that there's a key there and they could change things and unlock this door if they want to, but they're just sitting there. Or you could just be sitting there waiting for some sort of communication or for something to change. And we really have to take accountability. Yes, it takes two parties to have any kind of engagement, interaction, relationship, endeavor, project. And if you've been doing all the work, you can't sit there and wait and hope that this person is going to see what they need to see and rectify it. You have to take action. The Page of Wands there, inspired action in another direction, and usually that's towards something that is for you and no longer for this situation or this relationship. And again, this can be work or a family relationship or a romantic relationship. You have to stop playing the victim and feeling sad about it and take the initiative to do something for you. Put your energy where it's going to yield positive results for you. It's going to be beneficial for you. And often this is what triggers the other person to, or the other party, to then put in the work. Just be careful about then resorting the situation going back. So now you see this person is putting in the effort, and then things just go back to normal. They just initiate it, but they don't follow through, and then you end up again being the one doing all the work, or giving too much, or doing too much. And if you've had past experiences like this with the same person, the same situation, then it's time to do something different. The Queen of Pentacles, she's abundant. She's stable. And I feel like if you're listening to this reading, that's you. But you would know if you are the other person or the other party in this situation. Tell us about the Queen of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords. There might have been an ending, something that was painful and difficult. But through that painful ending, it has brought her to this energy where she is stable, she's good, she's abundant, she's grounded. She doesn't have a worry in the world. And then we have the Lovers. The Lovers is about choice and choosing love, and that could mean if loving yourself enough to see something for what it is. And when you do that, you're actually loving the other person, because you don't want either you or them to have this negative experience continue, be in pain, have loss. So if you end it, often we think that ending something or pulling away or stopping or not being available anymore is bad. But if you've been doing the opposite and it's just not worked, then sometimes you have to choose something different. So what have you been continuously doing that has yielded the same result and hasn't been beneficial to you or the other person, or maybe to the other person more than you, and they're just okay to go with it as is? You have to choose love. You have to choose to love yourself. You have to choose what's good for you. And sometimes we don't know what's good for us until we have these experiences. Sometimes it takes a good number of times before we figure it out. Okay, what else do we need to know about this situation? The Tower and the Five of Swords. So the Tower is a major shakeup, something falling apart. And often when we have the Five of Swords, when we are conflicted, the Tower comes to restore things. So when things go bad and it can feel really chaotic, and it can feel like it's the end of the world, but when we are in this conflicted energy up in our head and really miserable, we are calling out to the universe, God, your higher self, for a change. Fives are changes. And whether you're praying and saying, please resolve the situation, or you're not happy, the Tower comes to restore things. So there might have been something that happened here, an argument, a termination, an ending, and that ending was to bring about a change. The King of Wands and the Knight of Cups. Okay, so we have a Queen of Pentacles here, which is the feminine energy, and then we have a King of Wands, which is, he is passionate, he's determined, he is action. He knows what needs to be done, and he does it boldly, and he doesn't hold back. But these two coming out together is that the action that's being taken is a gesture, a romantic gesture, or if it is a business or a family relationship, it is showing some emotion, being assertive and bold and taking action, but not necessarily by discussing this and trying to make it a very mental thing. Sometimes resolving it means fixing it and not just speaking the apology, but actually offering a gesture to show um, your remorse, show that you understand, show your appreciation. If you know you were the one that wasn't giving enough, not doing enough, or did something wrong, then you need to show. And you know, we can all pick up energies. If you're going to come with an apology and you're not sure about it, you don't really feel like you want to, if it's not sincere, the person is going to pick that up, and then they're going to say, um, I don't want this. And being sincere about the action that you're taking to rectify the situation will make all the difference. If you don't know what it is that now the towers happened now you're worried and stressed, like, what do I do now? um Take action. You can't hide away from this thing. If it's something that's worth it and you want to repair it, resolve it, or fix it, you can't hide away from it and hope that it's just going to resolve itself, because things will come back around and something else will come up so that a correction can be made. So that if you are looking for advice, what you should be doing here is making a sincere, emotional, vulnerable gesture to rectify this, whether it is, and I don't get that it's an apology in this instance, because this page of cups came out in reverse. Don't just say I love you, I'm sorry, forgive me, and not do anything. Send those flowers, cards, chocolates, say I'm sorry, do something nice for this person to show your appreciation. But then don't just do it with the intention of I just want to make things better and then go back to how it was before. You need to be consistent. The Queen of Pentacles needs a King of Pentacles. The Knight of Wands is consistent, but you have to match someone's energy. Like, she doesn't need a knight, she needs a king. Someone that's going to show up in the way that she shows up. And again, the she, he, take it as it resonates. It could be you are the Queen of Pentacles and someone else is the King of Wands, and it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It doesn't have to be a actual relationship as in friends, family, or partner. It can be business. If you're putting in all this effort into a job that makes you unhappy, you don't get paid enough, you're stressed, you're tired, you're miserable, then that's the situation. And then maybe you need to find something that you feel passionate about and that you love. So maybe think about what your intentions are. Do you love this thing enough to really go for it? Because if you do, then you can restore it. But if you don't, if the love isn't reciprocal, then you're wasting your time. If it's not going to bring you stability and happiness, then it's going to drain your energy and you're continuously going to be exhausted by this thing. Okay. Let's pull one more card to close this out. The Two of Pentacles wanted to be seen, but that's again, that's choosing your battles and bringing balance. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles and the Star. That's a nice way to end it. Then something new begins. It's a seed that can be planted to grow something amazing. And this is going to be a wish fulfillment, a wish come true. And it makes all of this absolutely worth it. Okay, I'm going to end the reading there. If this resonated, if it was helpful, I would appreciate a like, a comment. If you really like my videos, subscribe so you can catch when I post any. Your interaction helps me to pick up on your energy, and it really guides the readings, which types of readings I should do. and the positive energy exchange, that reciprocity is really appreciated. So yeah, I'll catch you in another video.